Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
And welcome to the temple. This is a special Shabbat. It's Shabbat Shuvah. It's the Sabbath between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Shuvah comes from the words of the prophet Hosea that is calling the people of Israel to return. It's expressing an idea that appears in our Torah portion and in the Torah portion that we read last week in the book of Deuteronomy. The idea of atonement and repentance, the fact that you can always return to what you ought to be, and everything that you've done wrong will be forgiven. There's also always a chance for us to return to the right path, to the right journey of our lives. At every moment of our lives we can still return, and this Shabbat is kind of like a reminder of that. Our opening song is Return. Over the candles and the fruit of the vine. Please turn to page 2 for the blessing of the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvoto v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
These
now to page 40 to sing together Mi Chamocha. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Page 46 for the tefillah. From the tefillah, you'll notice that there are changes in the tefillah. That's the one time a year that we actually read. There's those little letters that say Shabbat Shuvah. That's our chants. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Remember us for life, O Sovereign, who delights in life, and inscribe us in the book of life, for your sake, living God. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai, you give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Who is like you, compassionate God, who mercifully remembers your creatures for life? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Praised are you, Adonai, holy sovereign. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelech hakadosh. Please be seated as we turn to page 61 for the blessing for Shalom. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, l'shalom.
Shalom
Turn to page 253 to sing together the prayer for healing and courage and strength. We take to our heart and to our minds our friends, our family members, our fellow citizens and residents of the great state of Florida and of South Carolina that are facing a devastating hurricane. And as we think of them and everyone that we know that needs healing and courage and strength, we sing together Misha Berach. Shabbat Shalom. You know, we're kind of in an in-between situation. A year has ended, a new year has begun, but we don't really feel yet that the new year has begun because we're in the midst of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and right after that comes Sukkot. And you really feel that the new year comes only after all that. If you live in the Jewish state, in the state of Israel, everything stops in this term, and all you will hear is Acharei Chagim, after the holidays. You want to do something, do it after the holidays. And this is also a very special moment in the Jewish cycle. You know, 7 is a very important time for us when it comes for times and seasons. So we have 7 days in the week in order to finish the week, and then comes the sacred Shabbat. But then we have 7 years, and the 7th year is a sabbatical, which just ended. So last year was a sabbatical, it just ended. And this year we have a mitzvah that is mentioned, a commandment that is mentioned in our Torah portion that occurs only once every 7 years, and that's the commandment, the mitzvah of akel, of gathering the people as a community. One of the most beautiful mitzvot that we have in the Torah, and it's in our Torah portion, and it's going to be this Sukkot. You have to wait 7 years to say not only that it's in the Torah portion, that happens every year, but that it's actually going to happen this year. More or less 10 days from now, it's going to be the mitzvah of Akel. And the reading goes like that. Moses instructed them as follows. Every 7th year, the year set for remission at the feast of Sukkot, when all Israel comes to appear before your God Adonai, in the place that God will choose, you shall read this Torah, this teaching aloud in the presence of Israel. Gather the people, men, women, children, and the strangers in your communities, that they may hear and so learn to revere your God Adonai, and to observe faithfully every word of this teaching. Their children too, who have not had the experience, shall hear and learn to revere your God Adonai as long as they live in the land you are about to cross the Jordan to possess. Two great values, Jewish values, are coming in this beautiful mitzvah, this beautiful reading. One, which is all through the book of Deuteronomy, is this radical inclusiveness. Everyone is invited. It's not only for the men, it's not only for the elders, it's not only for the people that are ethnically Israelites. It's everyone. It's the children, it's the elders, it's the men, it's the women, it's the strangers in your midst. Everyone is included, and that is a huge narrative in Deuteronomy, and it's a huge narrative in our tradition, this radical inclusion that everyone is there. Excuse me. But there's another important value here. Already in the Torah, Moses is saying this Torah is not going to be some sacred, secret scripture that only the priests and the Levites will have access to. Everyone is invited. The children and the elders, the women and the men, the stranger, everyone is invited, and we're going to read to them everything that is in the Torah. It's a democracy of knowledge. Everyone is going to have access to the knowledge. I don't want to speak ill on other religions, but the Vatican still keeps their secrets in the basement of the Vatican in Rome. We, from the beginning, opened our sacred scriptures to everyone. But there's something else here. This continues last week's Torah portion that is called Nitzavim. We're all standing there, we're all part of this covenant between the people of Israel and God, meaning that when we read the Torah, we don't need a mediator, we don't need someone between us and God. When we are looking for our journey to get closer to God, you don't need a professional religious person in order to help you in that journey. Everyone is standing there, and in this Torah portion, everyone is in the journey with no one between us and God, and everyone is included. It's always done in a community that counts everyone and includes everyone. Shabbat Shalom as we go to our Antum Shema Kolenu, hear our voice, Adonai our God.
Alleluia.
rise as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We continue together on page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Raymond Allen Sr., Dr. Stanley Frager, Ida Green, James Lipton, Lillian Ross, Todd Sayre, Lucy Shapiro, Kitty Wing, Joseph Adamkin, Jeffrey Cohen, Lamar Garon, Rose Goldstein, Joan Ackland, Lawrence Brown, Siebert Kasten, Charles Goodman, James Marcourt, Cheryl Rossman, Arthur Siegel, Judith Bensinger, Martin Enoch, Hildegard Ernst, Adele Hamel, Max Hyman, Ben Nebo, Sol Zimmerman, Florence Fisher, Robert Frucht, Hyman Goldstein, George Hetzel, Joan Nussbaum, Edward Traeger, Max Yanoff, Mary Benjamin, Harry Gradman, Lillian Bortz Little, Jean T. Perlman, and in recent days, Myrna Cohen, Suzanne Dow. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 to read together the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Ashiveinu. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please say Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova to someone you never met before and to people you do know. And please join us. We have baked goods that the women of Reform Judaism prepared for us. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.